Hello everyone, my name is Gayan. Today I like to show you how to create a basic login page. Actually, with this login page there won't be access levels granted. It will be a basic, a very basic level login page. In future, I can show you how to give access level with this login page. So administrator level and like basic user level, different various levels we can give. So accordingly, whenever user log into the system, it will direct to that particular user level section. So in this case today we'll just say how to make a basic level login page. Today I'm gonna create it using PHP and Adobe Dreamweaver. Also I'm using PHP MyAdmin as the database. So basically PHP MyAdmin, it's free to install. You can install it freely. Okay, so let's start. First of all, we have to create a database. So today, because it's a sample, I'm just gonna name it as sample, and I'm gonna create a database. So as soon as I click create, you can see here it appears sample database. We have to click on that. So now you can create tables within this sample database. So I'm gonna name it as login, right? And we need 3 columns. I say go. Okay, in here what I do, I say I name it as user ID. This will be integer, and let's say 4. This will be AI, mean it's auto increment. Yep. And then after that we'll make a user name. This will be watcher, let's say 10, and then we make password. For password we'll give 4, which will be enough. 4 digits password. It will be integer, so it will be numbers only. And yeah, okay, so we click on save. Now you can see within this sample database there's a table already created named login. So if you click on this login, because there's no data and this browse section, it won't show anything, but you can click on structure. So it will show you user ID integer 4, auto increment, and this is the primary key, username watcher 10, password integer 4. So what we'll do, we'll add a few sample details onto this table. What we can do in this case, we have to insert user ID. We'll make it 1001. Username, we'll make it Smith. Password, because it's 4 digits, right? Okay, and we can insert 2 values in this case at one time. So we'll make it 2, and username will add and sorry, my bad, and password. For sample as exercise, we'll make it the same password, or maybe 100 or maybe like 222, right? Okay, and we'll click go. Yeah, if you click on browse now, you see, as you can see, the whole whatever the data stored within this sample database and within the login table, it will appear in here. So now we'll add one more row to detail to this table. So we click on insert. Now in this case we don't add user ID again, because it's if you remember, we created auto increment. So if it is like the last row is 1002, automatically when we add this data to the table, it should be 1003 because previous one is 1002. So in this case we'll make a any name like let's say Sena. Okay, password, right? We click on go. So if you click browse now, see automatically it added 1003. This is the advantage of adding auto increment number to your table. Automatically it's increased by 1 when you add in next one. So now we created database and we created a table and we add sample data into it. So in this case now what we have to do with the table, it's already done. Now let's go to create PHP page. So we open Adobe Dreamweaver. I'm using CS6 version. This is the layout, basic layout of Adobe Dreamweaver CS6 when you open it. So now first of all we click on PHP. Okay, so once it open, we have to create a site and we have to link that database to this particular page. Otherwise how it gonna get user login details, right? So in this case first we have to click on here from files and we click on manage sites, right? And we say new site. I name it as sample. Sample, right? Okay, we say save and we click on done. Once we click on done, automatically it will appear here. Now we have to connect that particular database, sample database, into this page. So what we do in this case, we click on database, right? Now we click on plus symbol, MySQL connection, right? Connection name will say actually in this case, because I already have connection to my database, we have to go into the www root folder, WAMP and www. So yeah, sample connections, there's no connections at this moment. What we'll do it, we will make it sample, we'll create new one. MySQL server will be localhost. Username we have to get the username. We can get it from users, and it will be better to get like all enabled username, so we'll make it Sena, and the password will generate, right? Okay, we copy that password, we say click on go. Okay, now we have to paste that password in here. So if things are set up in this way, then we can browse our table set within the sample database. So we click on select. Okay, it's because we didn't create testing server. We have to create testing server first. So we add one in here. We say sample. Maybe we'll say localhost. Local network. So folder will be this sample folder. So select it and we click on save. Okay, so in here we'll say localhost save. We click on save the cache. Yeah, just simply click on OK. That's it. So now as you can see the tick mark, it's ticked in testing server. Now we should be able to add database connection. We'll say localhost. Now this is sample localhost. Username is Sena and the password we copied from the database. Click on select. Now you can see all databases it's loaded in here. So we click on sample database. Sorry, we click OK. Okay, now we can test it. Connection was made successfully. We click OK and we click OK again. Done. Now what we have to do, we can go to design because we use in Adobe Dreamweaver. We don't have to hard code each and every piece of codings. Simply we can design. We can go to design mode and we can design it. So it will be much easier than typing each and every code. And once you do design, automatically code will be generated for you by Adobe Dreamweaver. So now what we can do, we'll add or maybe we'll add we'll add form first. Form, right? As you can see, there's a form, right? And then we add within the form. Now we're gonna add table. We need 2 rows, but no, we need 3 rows and 2 columns. Okay, and we don't need the border basically, so we say 0. So okay, now we add username, password. So we in here we add text box. You can add it from text field. ID you can give it okay, and password we're gonna add again. Set form text field, we can add password. We can give the ID as password. Click OK. Now we have to add button. So click again, go form, we can click on button. Now we say login. Okay, so it make it as submit, but actually it need to be login. So if you click on this button below, you can see value. So this value field you can say login. So when you just type login, and when you click here, as you can see, the button name it's all already changed to login. Now if you go to coding section again, you can see within forms tag we add the table. and then after that we add first our text field, which is uname, then second text field, which is password, then the button, login button. So we say it's login. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to add this, and also we can give title as login. Right, so now at this stage we'll save it first. So we'll say file, save, and now we have to find exact same folder, which is sample. Okay, we'll say index, or maybe just say login. Okay, and now we have to find out, yeah, it is there. So we click on save. Right, so this document is saved already. Let's go and find out whether it's properly saved. Sample login page, it is there, there's nothing else. So now okay, so yeah, all right, so after we create this form, now we have to make a record set in order to establish connection between this form and our sample database. We have to create record set. So now what we have to do, we have to click on bindings, then after that we click on this plus symbol, then from there we have to click on record set. So once we click on record set, we have to give a name for this record set. So we'll say okay, we'll say login, right, and the connection is sample, table is login. You can say, because we have only one table in our database, and we say filter username, it's not the URL parameter, it's entered value username, and we just click OK. Right, so once we click OK, as you can see, now it's already created a record set named as login. After we click the create this record set, now we have to do click on server behaviors, and we have to click on this plus symbol from the menu. We are now we have to click on user authentication, and from there we have to select login user. Okay, so once we click on login user, now this small window open. From here we have to select, we keep get input from form 1, because we have only one form, and we haven't gave any name for this form. That's why it shows default value as form 1. And username field, it's user uname, this text field, and password field, it's the password, this text box. Then after we keep select this detail, now we have to tell the system what is the connection it should use to validate this data. So in that case, we click on here and we click sample, the sample connection we created at the beginning. So once we click sample, it automatically gives us populate a list of tables. Here we have only one table, so it shows login table. This part is the really important, really important. Username column, it should be username, and the password column, it should be password. You have to make sure you choose correct field, because otherwise, I mean, just in case, let's assume now our this login table, it got 3 fields. One is user ID, username, and the password. So just imagine if the username column, if you select user ID, what's gonna happen? I mean, it's wrong detail, so user won't be able to log in at all, right? So in that case, we have to select username for username column and password for password column. So if login succeed, go to Actually, I have created a page now named as home.php. So in that case, we'll just select this home.php and we click OK. And if login fails, goes to, we'll say don't go anywhere, just stay within the same page. So we click on login, we select login page, and we click OK. And restrict access basis on username and password. In this case, with this tutorial, because we don't go up to access level privileges, we don't select this one, we select only username and password. So we click OK, right? So once you click OK, now you can see it already created a server behavior called login user. Now we have to save our changes, whatever the changes we have done. We click save, and now I already load this page, no problem. I'll load it again, localhost, and here we go. Okay, this is the page. Now username, you can put any username, let's say Anne, and the password is 2222. We'll say Anne, and password is 2222. We click on login. Yes, you can see home.php, it says hello. As you can see in the URL, it's already changed to home.php. And what happened if you just put wrong password instead of 2222? We'll say we'll put something else, and we click on login. No, it stays within the same login.php. So it means this login page, it's validate with the database, and if the entered username and password match with the data on this table, it divert that connection to the next page. Otherwise, it's remain within this same login.php page. So in this case, today this tutorial we're gonna finish it with this case. And next tutorial I'll show you how to validate this username, this text field within the client end itself. It means like if just in case if someone just click on login instead of putting anything, it should generate error messages likewise. And in that case I'll show you how to customize those options. For now, let's finish it. Thank you. Have a good day.